Hello students. Today let us discuss about the needs and problems of the aged and strategies to deal with those problems. In India, the size of the elderly population, that is persons above the age of 60 years, is fast growing, although it constituted only 7.4% of total population at the turn of the new millennium. This section of population faces multiple medical and psychological problems. There is a need to pay greater attention to aging related issues and to promote holistic policies and programs for dealing with the aging society. The old age dependency ratio climbed from 10.9% in 1961 to 13.1% in 2001 for India as a whole. Elderly. Elderly or old age consists of ages nearing or surpassing the average lifespan of human beings. The boundary of old age cannot be defined exactly because it does not have the same meaning in all societies. Government of India adopted National Policy on Older Persons in January 1999. The policy defined senior citizen or elderly as a person who is of age 60 years or above. The United Nations World Assembly on Aging, held at Vienna in 1982, formulated a package of recommendations which gives high priority to research related to developmental and humanitarian aspects of aging. The plan of action specifically recommended that international exchange and research cooperation as well as data collection should be promoted in all the fields having a bearing on aging. In order to provide a rational basis for future social policies and action, special emphasis should be placed on comparative and cross-cultural studies in aging. Situation in India. In the earlier days, traditional Indian society and the age-old joint family system have been instrumental in safeguarding the social and economic security of the elderly people in the country. However, with the rapid changes in the social scenario and the emerging prevalence of nuclear family setups in India in recent years, the elderly people are likely to be exposed to emotional, physical and financial insecurity in the years to come. This has drawn the attention of the policy makers and administrators at the central and state governments, voluntary organizations and civil society. In view of the increasing need for intervention in area of old age welfare, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India adopted National Policy on Older Persons in January 1999. The policy provides broad guidelines to state governments for taking action for welfare of older persons in a proactive manner by devising their own policies and plans of action. The policy defines senior citizen as a person who is 60 years old or above. It strives to ensure well-being of senior citizens and improve quality of their lives through providing specific facilities, concessions, relief, services, etc., and helping them cope with problems associated with old age. It also proposes a formation on the part of government departments for ensuring that the existing public services for senior citizens are user-friendly and sensitive to their needs. It provides a comprehensive picture of various facilities and covers many areas like financial security, healthcare, shelter education, welfare, protection of life and property, etc. Size and growth of elderly population. In India, as a result of the change in the age composition of population over time, there has been a progressive increase in both the number and proportion of aged people. The proportion of the population aged 60 years or more has been increasing consistently over the last century, particularly after 1951. In 1901, the proportion of the population aged 60 or over of India was about 5%, which marginally increased to 5.4% by 1951, and by 2001 this share was found to have risen to about 7.4%. About 75% of persons of age 60 and above reside in rural areas. Dependency ratio. The dependency ratio is an age-population ratio of those typically not in the labor force and those typically in the labor force. It is used to measure the pressure on productive population. As the ratio increases, there may be an increased burden on the productive part of the population to maintain the means of livelihood of the economically dependent. This results in direct impacts on financial expenditures on things like social security as well as many indirect consequences. The dependency ratio can be decomposed into the child dependency ratio and the aged dependency ratio. In our country, generally, persons aged 15 to 59 years are supposed to form the population of working ages, and at age 60, people generally retire or withdraw themselves from work. Thus, in India, old age dependency ratio is defined as the number of persons in the age group of 60 or more per 100 persons in the age group of 15 to 59 years. Chronic diseases among elderly persons. The elderly persons were asked as to whether they were suffering or not from any chronic disease like heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, cancer, problems of joints, etc. in the NSSO survey in 2004. The prevalence of heart diseases among elderly men and women was much higher in urban areas than in rural parts. Urinary problems were more common among aged men, while more aged women reported to suffer from problem of joints. About 64 per thousand elderly persons in rural areas and 55 per thousand elderly persons in urban areas suffer from one or more disabilities. Most common disability among the aged persons was locomotor disability, as 3% of them suffer from it, next only to hearing disability for about 1.5% and blindness for about 1.7% in rural areas and 1% in urban areas. National policies and programs for the welfare of the elderly. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, which is the nodal ministry for this purpose, focuses on policies and programs for the senior citizens in close collaboration with state governments, non-governmental organizations and civil society. The programs aim at their welfare and maintenance, especially for indigent senior citizens, by supporting old age homes, daycare centers, mobile Medicare units, etc. Relevant constitutional provisions. Article 41 of the Constitution provides that the state shall, within the limits of its economic capacity and development, make effective provision for securing the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement, and in other cases of undeserved want. Further, Article 47 provides that the state shall regard the raising of the level of nutrition and the standard of living of its people and the improvement of public health as among its primary duties. Legislations. The Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 was enacted in December 2007 to ensure need-based maintenance for parents and senior citizens and their welfare. General improvement in the health care facilities over the years is one of the main reasons for continuing increase in proportion of population of senior citizens. Ensuring that they not merely live longer but they lead a secure, dignified and productive life is a major challenge. National Policy on Older Persons 1999. The National Policy on Older Persons was announced in January 1999 to reaffirm the commitment to ensure the well-being of the older persons. The policy envisages state support to ensure financial and food security, healthcare, shelter and other needs of older persons, equitable share in development, protection against abuse and exploitation, and availability of services to improve the quality of their lives. The primary objectives are to encourage individuals to make provision for their own as well as their spouse's old age, to encourage families to take care of their older family members, to enable and support voluntary and non-governmental organizations to supplement the care provided by the family, to provide care and protection to the vulnerable elderly people, to provide adequate health care facility to the elderly, to promote research and training facilities to train geriatric caregivers, and organizers of services for elderly, and to create awareness regarding elderly persons to help them lead productive and independent life. National Council for Older Persons. In pursuance of the NPOP, a National Council for Older Persons was constituted in 1999 under the chairpersonship of the Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment to oversee implementation of the policy. The NCOP is the highest body to advise the government in the formulation and implementation of policy and programs for the aged. The council was reconstituted in 2005 with members comprising central and state government representatives, representatives of NGOs, citizens groups, retired persons associations, and experts in the field of law, social welfare, and medicine. Interministerial Committee on Older Persons. An interministerial committee on older persons comprising 22 ministries, departments, and headed by the Secretary, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, is another coordination mechanism in implementation of the NPOP. Action plan on aging issues for implementation by various ministries, departments concerned is considered from time to time by the committee. Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007. The Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 was enacted in December 2007 to ensure need-based maintenance for parents and senior citizens and their welfare. The Act provides for maintenance of parents or senior citizens by children or relatives made obligatory and justifiable through tribunals. Revocation of transfer of property by senior citizens in case of negligence by relatives, penal provision for abandonment of senior citizens, establishment of old age homes for indigent senior citizens, adequate medical facilities and security for senior citizens. The Act has to be brought into force by individual state governments. As on 3rd February 2010, the Act had been notified by 22 states and all union territories. The Act is not applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir, while Himachal Pradesh has its own Act for senior citizens. The remaining states yet to notify the Act are Bihar, Meghalaya, Sikkim, and Uttar Pradesh. Central Sector Scheme of Integrated Program for Older Persons. An integrated program for older persons is being implemented since 1992 with the objective of improving the quality of life of senior citizens by providing basic amenities like shelter, food, medical care, and entertainment opportunities, and by encouraging productive and active aging through providing support for capacity building of government, non-governmental organizations, Panchayat Raj institutions, local bodies, and the community at large. Under the scheme, financial assistance up to 90% of the project cost is provided to non-governmental organizations for establishing and maintaining old age homes, daycare centers, and mobile Medicare units. The scheme has been made flexible so as to meet the diverse needs of older persons, including reinforcement and strengthening of the family, awareness generation on issues pertaining to older persons, popularization of the concept of lifelong preparation for old age, facilitating productive aging, etc. The scheme has been revised with effect from 1st April 2008. Besides increase in amount of financial assistance for existing projects, several innovative projects have been adopted as being eligible for assistance under the scheme. Some of these are maintenance of respite care homes and continuous care homes, running of daycare centers for Alzheimer's disease, dementia patients, physiotherapy clinics for older persons, helplines and counseling centers for older persons, sensitizing programs for children particularly in schools and colleges, regional resource and training centers of caregivers to the older persons, awareness generation programs for older persons and caregivers, formation of senior citizens association, etc. The eligibility criteria for beneficiaries of some important activities or projects supported under the scheme are old age homes for destitute older persons, mobile Medicare units for older persons living in slums, rural and inaccessible areas where proper health facilities are not available, respite care homes and continuous care homes for older persons seriously ill requiring continuous nursing care and respite. Assistance for construction of old age homes, a non-planned scheme of assistance to Panchayat Raj institutions, voluntary organizations, self-help groups for construction of old age homes, multi-service centers for older persons was started in 1996 and 97. Granting aid to the extent of 50% of the construction cost subject to a maximum of Rs 15 lakhs was given under the scheme. However, the scheme was not found attractive by implementing agencies and was discontinued at the end of 10th plan. Section 19 of the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Act 2007 envisages a provision of at least an old age home for indigent senior citizens with a capacity of 150 in every district of the country. A new scheme for giving assistance for establishment of old age homes for indigent senior citizens in pursuance of the said provision is under formulation. International Day of Older Persons. The International Day of Older Persons is celebrated every year on 1st October. On 1st October 2009, the Honorable Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment flagged off walkathon at Rajpath, India Gate to promote intergenerational bonding. More than 3,000 senior citizens from across Delhi, NGOs working in the field of elderly issues and school children from different schools participated. HelpAge India, New Delhi collaborated with the ministry in organizing the event on the day. Schemes of other ministries. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The Ministry of Health and Family Welfare provides the following facilities for senior citizens. Separate queues for older persons in government hospitals. 2 National Institutes on Aging at Delhi and Chennai have been set up. Geriatric departments in 25 medical colleges have been set up. Ministry of Rural Development. The Ministry of Rural Development has implemented the National Old Age Pension Scheme for persons above 65 years belonging to a household below poverty line. Central assistance is given towards pension at Rs 200 per month, which is meant to be supplemented by at least an equal contribution by the states so that each beneficiary gets at least Rs 400 per month as pension. Ministry of Railways. The Ministry of Railways provides the following facilities to senior citizens. Separate ticket counters for senior citizens of age 60 years and above at various passenger reservation system centers if the average demand per shift is more than 120 tickets. 30% and 50% concession in rail fare for male and female senior citizens respectively of 60 years and above respectively. Ministry of Finance. Some of the facilities for senior citizens provided by the Ministry of Finance are income tax exemption for senior citizens of 65 years and above up to Rs 2.40 lakh per annum. Deduction of Rs 20,000 under Section 80D is allowed to an individual who pays medical insurance premium for his or her parent or parents who is a senior citizen of 65 years and above. An individual is eligible for a deduction of amount spent or Rs 60,000, whichever is less, for medical treatment of a dependent senior citizen of 65 years and above. Department of Pensions and Pensioner Grievances. A pension portal has been set up to enable senior citizens to get information regarding the status of their application, the amount of pension documents required, if any, etc. The portal also provides for lodging of grievances. As per recommendation of the 6th Pay Commission, additional pension should be provided. Ministry of Civil Aviation. The national carrier Air India provides concession up to 50% for male senior citizens of 65 years and above and female senior citizens of 63 years and above in airfares. It is also important to realize that these measures see success when they are implemented and utilized well by the beneficiaries. So, it is very much in the hands of the citizens, that is us, who are well informed and sensitive to the needs of this group. I will come back with a new topic in the next session. Until then, bye and take care.